Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. With you again, your English teacher, Gulora. In this video, I'm gonna tell you about 5 silent letters in the English language. Let me give you one very interesting example. First, try pronouncing this word on your own. Majority of English learners, they pronounce this word like GNOME. This word is an international word and it exists in many languages because there is one very famous fairy tale about this character. But English language is full of surprises. It's not pronounced as GNOME. The correct pronunciation of this word is GNOME. Say with me, GNOME. In this word, the letter G is considered silent. We don't pronounce the letter G when we say this word. Sounds interesting, yes? If you would like to learn about other words which have silent letters, keep watching the video because it's going to be very useful for your English pronunciation. So let's start. A quick disclaimer before we get started. Pay attention. When I say the pronunciation of these words, I'll be referring to British Standard Pronunciation, or which is sometimes called RP, Received Pronunciation. Don't think that it's the only correct way of pronouncing these English words. There might be different ways of pronouncing English words. Let's start. The first letter in the English alphabet, the letter A. Now I'm gonna give you a few words which contain the letter A, but the letter A is not pronounced when we say these words. The first example. First, can you please try pronouncing this word on your own? Majority of English learners, they pronounce this word as logically. They try to pronounce every letter in this word. However, the correct pronunciation is logically. Logically. Say with me, logically. The next word. First, try pronouncing on your own. This is not basically, don't say basically. The correct pronunciation of this word, basically. Basically. We don't pronounce the letter A when we say this word. So the correct pronunciation is basically. The next word. Another similar example, artistically. Artistically. Don't say artistically, it's not artistically. This is artistically. Say with me, artistically. The next example. First, try on your own. This is not musically. Don't say musically. This is musically. Say with me, musically. Musically. Another example. Also similar example, physically. Say with me, physically. Don't say physically. Don't pronounce the letter A. Say physically. Physically. The next example. Critically. Say with me, critically. Don't say critically. This is critically. The last example. Romantically. Say with me, romantically. Don't say romantically. This is romantically. Now, let's move on to the next letter, letter B. The second letter, letter B. Now, I'm going to give you a few examples in the English language in which the letter B is not pronounced. The first example. This word. In this word, we don't say the B sound. We say climb. Climb. Say with me, climb. Don't say climb. This is climb. The next example. Comb. Say with me, comb. Don't say the B letter at the end of this word. Say comb. Say with me, comb. The next example. Depth. Don't say depth. This is not depth. B is dropped when we say this word. This is depth. Depth. Another similar word which have the B sound in the middle, but we don't say this sound when we pronounce this word. This is doubt. Say with me, doubt. Don't say doubt. This is doubt. Doubt. The next word, dumb. Dumb. Don't say dump. This is dumb. dumb. The next example, lamb, lamb, which means type of meat. This is lamb, lamb. The next example, limb. Say with me, limb. Limb means arms or legs of a person or an animal. Say with me, limb, limb. The next example, subtle. Don't say subtle. B is not pronounced when we say this word. This is subtle, subtle. Say with me, subtle. Subtle means not very noticeable. The next example, thumb, thumb. Say with me, thumb. This is thumb. So thumb, it means the first finger on your hand. B is not pronounced when we say this word. This is thumb, thumb. The last word, the name of a profession. This is not plumber. Most English learners, they mispronounce this word and they say plumber. This is plumber, plumber. Say with me, plumber. That's all for letter B. Now we're going to move on to the next letter, letter C. The third letter in the alphabet. This is letter C. Now I'm going to give you a few examples in which the letter C is not pronounced when we say these words. The first example. This is muscle. Say with me, muscle. This is muscle. Muscle is a part of a body. Say with me, muscle. The next word, fascinate. Say with me, fascinate. Don't say fascinate. It's not fascinate. This is fascinate. The adjective form is also very similar to the verb form. Fascinating. Fascinating. Don't say fascinating. This is fascinating. The next word, conscious. Say with me, conscious. This is not conscience. The second letter C is dropped when we say this word. The next word, this is conscience. Say with me, conscience. Say with me, conscience. A little bit complicated word, but a very useful English word. Conscience means you have the ability to judge your own actions. You take responsibility for what you have done, and you usually feel bad or feel regret when you do something wrong. For example, if I lie to somebody, my conscience will trouble me. So this is conscience. Say with me, conscience. The second letter C is dropped when we say this word. Say with me, conscience. The next word. First, try pronouncing on your own. This is scenario. Say with me, scenario. Scenario. The next word, which is very similar to this word, this is scene. Don't pronounce the letter C. This is scene. It's dropped when we pronounce this word. The correct pronunciation is scene. The next word. Some English learners, they mispronounce this word and they say science. No, this is not science. This is science. Say with me, science. As you see, the letter C is dropped when we pronounce this word. Science. Say with me, science. The next word. An instrument for cutting. This is scissors. Say with me, scissors. So in British pronunciation, we don't pronounce the letter R, but in American pronunciation, we pronounce the letter R. So in American pronunciation, we say scissors, but in British English, we say scissors. Scissors. In both cases, the letter C is dropped in the pronunciation of these words. The next letter, letter D. My first example is very simple. This is Wednesday. Wednesday. We don't say Wednesday. We don't pronounce the letter D. This is Wednesday. Wednesday. I'm sure that the majority of English learners, they know the correct pronunciation of this word, but just in case, I'm reminding you, the correct pronunciation is Wednesday. Wednesday. The next example, a type of fast food. This is sandwich. Sandwich. When you drop the letter D when you say this word, it becomes much easier to pronounce this word because it's easier for your tongue and for your articulation to pronounce 2 consonants instead of 3 consonants together. So the correct pronunciation of this word is sandwich. Sandwich. Say with me, sandwich. The next word, this word. Very positive word, and it's used about men usually to describe that they are good looking. And the pronunciation of this word is handsome. Handsome. Don't say handsome, this is handsome. Handsome. D is dropped when we say this word. These are all for the letter D. Now let's move on to the next letter. The last letter, letter G. If you remember at the beginning of the video, I gave you a very interesting example, the word GNOME. Majority of English learners, they usually pronounce GNOME, they pronounce all the letters in this word, but the correct pronunciation is GNOME. GNOME. English pronunciation is full of surprises. Let's continue. Let's look through all the examples of words in which the letter G is not pronounced. The first example, this is design. Design. I'm sure that most English learners, they know the correct pronunciation of this word. And once again, let me remind, the pronunciation of this word is design. We don't say design. This is design. The next example, foreign. Foreign. Don't say foreign. This is foreign. Say with me, foreign. Foreign. The next example, cyan. Cyan. Don't say cyan. G is not pronounced. It's a silent letter in this word. Correct pronunciation is cyan. Cyan. Thank you very much for watching. We've come to the end of the video. We discussed with you 5 letters which are sometimes silent in some English words, and we discussed with you 50 words in the English language which contain silent letters. If you liked the video, please support me by subscribing to my channel, and also don't forget to hit the like button and the notification bell. And also share the video with people who are learning English and who are studying for the IELTS exam, because this might come in handy in their learning process. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next videos.